r/askreddit. What is something society considers to be bad but really isn't? Failing. Failing does not mean you are a failure. Just means you tried something and it didn't work out right. It is very possible that those who never failed also never tried is true. Admitting you don't know something. Making mistakes. I've fucked up a lot in my life, a lot, but I've learned from it, grown, and become a better person than I would have been if I'd never made those poor choices. Making mistakes isn't bad, choosing to not learn from them is. Doing nothing with my free time. I work and have chores. When I don't have those things, I don't feel like hiking or scuba diving or anything. I want to do nothing. Leave me alone. Having disagreements. Totally normally to disagree with people. It's even more normal to disagree with your friends and still remain friends. Doing things, like going to a restaurant, alone. Politicians changing their minds when presented with new information. Admitting you were wrong. A lot of people are quick to call you fake if you're polite to those you dislike. It's not being fake, it's being civil. Sticking around through hard times. Sometimes it's not toxic, people are just flailing cause they need help, and if you help you may find a very loyal and worthwhile relationship. Not working 24/7 or participating in the hustle culture. Waking up late. But getting a few more hours sleep is far more beneficial than some YouTube hustler saying you should wake up at 5 a.m. for no reason. Talk about your salary. This literally just exists so that the working class doesn't talk about unbalanced wages and starts though question their bosses. Poverty. Have you noticed how most people treat those who make little money? Yes, there are some hardcore slackers who don't want to work, but most people work their asses off to make a living, and it's not because of laziness, but because of social or health reasons. It is worth remembering that one day you make fun of the poor, and the next day you are begging for your own bread. Be kind. Using social services. It is what they are there for, and you help pay for them. In my experience, some people see not being close with your family as a red flag. Not sure why. Like, sorry. I didn't get to pick my family. LOL. One example of something that society considers to be bad but is not inherently so is aging. While aging is often associated with decline and loss, it can also bring wisdom, maturity, and a greater appreciation for life. It is often how society views aging and the cultural attitudes toward the elderly that are negative, not the process itself. Not having kids if you don't want them. Having kids you don't want is bad. Not tipping workers who do basic stuff like handing me a cup of coffee or a takeout bag. It's okay to not want to pay 20% for just handing me stuff I bought. Skilled labor or working in the trades. Mental health care. Sensitive straight guys. Taking things that have been discarded but are perfectly good. Piracy for incredibly old movies/games etc. If it's no longer available, then it should be encouraged if anything. GMOs. If we want to feed 9+ billion people without destroying the earth, and exacerbating the 6th mass extinction, we are going to need GMOs. Mental health care. People want to pretend if you just ignore mental health problems, they will go away. Does cancer go away if you ignore it? Not going to college. Providing help to pedophiles so they don't commit crimes. Nuclear energy, it's just steam. Coal generator plants produce more radiation than nuclear ironically. Talking about periods. Assisted suicide. If your pet does not have a good prognosis, your vet will recommend putting them to sleep. Why do we make humans suffer to the bitter end? Sure, we give them medicine to make them comfortable, but why extend that time frame if they nothing left to do? They made their will, they said goodbye, now they wait and run up a bill for their family to pay. If you have terminal illness, you should be able to die with dignity. Knowledge, apparently. Seems like educating others and speaking on a topic you are certified to speak in is an offense to them somehow, so they think you're speaking down to them if you disagree with them. Talking about nightmares/suicidal thoughts. Oh, don't say that. Cutting off your parents/family if they're toxic. Not having kids. Stop asking people, you never know what they're going through, and it's nobody's business. In America, still living with your parents in your later 20s or into your 30s. If you are working hard and helping out a dent in a few bills, I don't see the issue. Zipper merging on the highway. Message. It is delicious, low calorie, and relatively easy to acquire. It got a bad rap from a racist a long time ago and has had trouble shaking off the bad PR. Still living with your parents in your 20s/30s. A lack of professional ambition. Voluntary celibacy. People act like you're missing out, or weird just because you don't want to have sex.